Our second commencement speaker is Blake Gruitt. Blake is the son of Guy and Brenda. Next year, Blake will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Blake will be studying radio, TV, and film. Join me in welcoming Blake to the microphone.
Welcome and good evening, everyone. My name is Blake, and I just want to start off by mentioning that this is the 4th graduation ceremony I've ever been to. 4 of these is a lot to sit through, let me tell you. It's one of the many things that makes me wish I were an only child. Though this is the first time that I'm the one graduating, so that's exciting and a bit terrifying, but we'll get to that. This being the 4th ceremony I've been to, I've kind of gotten used to the formal routine, and I really wanted to spice things up a bit. Maybe walk on stage to some punchy rock music, but, well, Edmund didn't really like that. Then I thought about slipping a 20 to some of the orchestra kids, have them play it, but, you know, I figure I've already made enough trouble in my 4 years here. Again, we'll get to that. There's so much that I want to say to you, but before we dive into the talk about our high school experience, your future, and even the future of the world, I want to talk about something so much more important. Myself. And no, you're not allowed to leave. I actually had a difficult time trying to find a way to introduce who I am as a person, and then I discovered an orchestra paper that I wrote in 5th grade. And I realized it would be a disservice not to show this. That handsome young man is a 9-year-old me. Now, there is a lot to look at here, but I do want to point out that this whole thing is in cursive. I did not know that I knew cursive at one point. I'm afraid to sign my own name on Applebee's receipts. Second of all, when asked why I chose to play the cello, 5th grade me wrote, because when we first got to try out the instruments at school, there was only one that you had to sit down to play. So I picked it. I've been playing the cello for 7 years now. I'm not the hardest of workers. In fact, I'm a pro at procrastination. I love to bike and to run and to stay moving in general. I love my friends, but I'm not incredibly social, and I think the only thing stopping me from dropping everything and living in the woods is my fear of bugs. And to be speaking in front of all of you today is very overwhelming. To be given the opportunity to give this speech, I believe I'm as thankful as I am terrified. And now, I'm going to say the 4 most welcome words in the English language. That's enough about me. 4 years ago, we were at the dawn of our high school experience. We were just freshmen and didn't know much yet, but we were learning. Learning math, learning history, learning that Axe body spray is not a substitute for showering. And as we went through the year, we went through so many amazing experiences. First freshman seminar, first high school football game, first homecoming, first girlfriend, second girlfriend, Rocket News, musicals, Spirit Weeks, Winterfest, Diversity Fair, Cotton Club, and third girlfriend. In this time, we become very familiar with the Neenah High environment, the half-mile hallway, the garden without any access door, and the main lot, which I think makes a better excuse for virtual learning than the coronavirus. And there's also the iconic phrase burned into the brain of any student here, coined by Mr. Wunderlich, and that is, rockets be amazing. Is it a statement, a threat, maybe a demand? What might happen to the rockets that don't choose to be amazing? Some things are best left unanswered. Looking into the future, there's also quite a bit to unpack. A lot of students here are seeing these walls for the last time in a while, although those that were virtual this year are also seeing them for the first time in a while. Recently, the referendum passed, meaning that after we leave here and we grow and change, Neenah will too. Soon, this building won't be Neenah High School anymore. Horace Mann will soon not be a middle school anymore. And Shattuck, well, that old clunker won't even be considered a building in the coming years. But right now, we're all here, at the end of our high school experience, lined up in our caps and gowns, eager to close this chapter of our lives and move on to greater endeavors. It's just like High School Musical 3. And yet, something's not right. I can feel it. It's an uneasiness, a faint but nagging worry about the future. There's a phrase I've been hearing my whole life, but I really only thought about it until a few months ago. Have you ever heard the phrase, high school is the best years of your life? You probably have because it's everywhere. It's said by teachers, parents, and almost all coming-of-age type movies. But I want to admit something to you all. I was scared of this phrase. Unbelievably so. And some might be wondering, why would now, being the best time of your life, be considered a bad thing? Well, over a year ago, we were all in our junior year, eager to take the ACT, go to prom, and go into the next chapter of high school, the beginning of the end. But what we didn't know was that it was actually the beginning of the end of the world. Bam! Coronavirus is in the US. Bang! Schools are closed indefinitely. Bang! We don't get to finish junior year. Splat! Our senior year is going to be half virtual, with extensive social distance sacrifices. Kazazzle! We also won't get a prom. So many bad things happened this year that I ran out of dramatic sound effects to express it. And after over a year of the slug of virtual learning, social distancing, and the constant sacrifice to the high school experience, we're here. And I can't help but think this is nothing like High School Musical 3. And yet, a few months ago, I heard that phrase yet again. The mantra that high school is the best years of your life. And the only thing left to look forward to is taxes and soap operas and Raisin Bran. Thinking about this phrase made me dread this day. Does it mark the last day before everything goes downhill? Well, I have something to reveal to you. Today, I told everyone among us something that isn't true. In fact, it's a lie. The biggest lie you'll hear in high school. And no, I'm not talking about the whole third girlfriend thing. She just goes to a different school. No, the lie I told you today was that high school was the best years of your life. They can be, but they don't have to be. The friendships you made here can last a lifetime. The experiences you made here can be unmatched. But now it's time to become your own person, independent from what others want you to think. In my experiences, high school contained the single greatest and the single not so greatest moments of my life. But I don't know what my future holds. And I don't want to believe that I don't have a future just because of some phrase. They can be the best of times, or they can be the worst of times. What matters most is that you get to decide. But what will always be certain is that they were the most important years of your life. Because now we're here, not at the end of our lives, but at the end of an era nonetheless. And to all seniors, no matter where you've been or where you're going, Neenah High School is where your roots are, because we will always be Rockets, and we will always be amazing. Thank you.
It's good, College.